What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Collect the Disconnect, a very special and expensive episode, as you guys can tell from the title already. This is going to be a quick overview and unboxing of my very first ever Hot Toys action figures right here. I guess they're technically not action figures because they cost an arm and a leg. So this right here is the Infinite Ultron. He is from the What If cartoon animation that came out a few years ago. Not the best Marvel project there, but the first season was pretty great compared to the other ones. This Infinite Ultron in particular was one of the highlights of the entire show in general, so really glad to have them in hand. And another bad boy right here, actually two of them. We have Grogu and Grogu and the Mandalorian right here. Din Djarin, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Sideshow was having a promotion a little bit before Christmas time in December, where you got to get a free action figure with a purchase of $300 or more. And for this week, it was the Mandalorian and Grogu. I believe they had some other Star Wars offerings before and after. Out of all the figures that were over $300, this is the only one that actually really caught my eye. I believe this guy is a mixture of die-cast, like real metal and plastic. He's super freaking tall. So I think since I'm not going to go like full on into this Hot Toys line, this will be a cool centerpiece for the collection. This was just an added bonus, I guess you guys can say. The Mandalorian TV show is one of my favorite Star Wars projects of all time.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
It really got me back into Star Wars and collecting Black Series and all that. So I'm really hyped to get this figure in hand. I'm really hyped for the movie coming out, I believe next year, with Grogu and the Mandalorian right here himself. Alright, so let's not waste some more time, guys. We do have our hands full with some badass premium action figures right here. Some premium collectibles, I guess you can say, since they won't be getting posed up like Marvel Legends anytime soon. So let's see if Hot Toys are worth all the hype and all the money. And without further ado, let's get it cracking. Alrighty guys, so after having these figures in hand for the last couple days, posing them around and seeing what they can do with their articulation and all that, I can confidently say I will never be buying another Hot Toys again. It's just not my thing. They are way too expensive. I paid around $370 I believe for both of these combined. That's with shipping. This Ultron retails for $430, and this Mandalorian and Grogu deluxe figure set right here comes out to $320. So that's $750 before shipping taxes. I'm assuming it's gonna be like $820, $830 out the door, which I would never in a million years pay for. $800 for two freaking figures is mind-blowing. So I know people out there are super crazy for these Hot Toys and even statues, but I feel like that's a whole nother realm I'll never really get into. These guys will be my only representations of Hot Toys in the collection. This Infinity Ultron is definitely my favorite. I feel like he's the most bang for your buck. At $430, the mixture of mostly die-cast and some plastic parts, posable cape, this giant freaking spear thing. I feel like this is what Hot Toys should strive to be, but of course not all figures need to have die-cast metal. I would have loved if this freaking Mandalorian, who is famously known for having some amazing metal armor and all that, would actually come with die-cast metal, but alas it doesn't. So I feel like this wasn't really worth it in my opinion. If you were to buy it for $320, I technically got it for free and basically paid $370 for this guy, which is also still a kind of a steal in my opinion. But like I said, if this one didn't come with that one, I wouldn't have picked up either of them. I believe there is a newer, better version of this Mando right here. As you guys can see, still has one of the missing Beskar little parts of armor for his thigh. I think the newer one does come with all Beskar armor, and it's also chrome painted, which I would have really preferred. I actually thought it was going to be chrome painted, but it's just kind of like a dull plastic, kind of like the Black Series Mando has. So I might be taking a crack at this guy customization wise. I don't know if that's like a sin for customizing $300 toys. The articulation on this guy absolutely sucks. Me being a 1/12 scale action figure collector, articulation is kind of like the most important thing out of everything. So the fact that this guy can't even pose his rifle up how he's supposed to, or get into some cool action poses, he can't even pick up his arms like forward like more than 30 degrees, which kind of sucks, because one of these accessories is a flamethrower for the right hand, and it looks really stupid if you actually try to pose it with it, because his hand only goes like this high. The other one is like a little ballistic missile blast that comes from his left, which looks kind of dumb by itself. Kind of looks like some sperm coming out of his hand. But don't get me wrong, these are some amazing, beautiful looking figures in hand, but by no means are they action figures. I'm really scared to actually poke these guys around. I dropped this guy earlier while doing that first unboxing, and it did leave a good sized scratch on the back of that armor. This guy feels really light for what he is. It was kind of jarring unboxing this guy after this guy, because this guy is freaking heavy. This one kind of feels more like a doll. I don't know if people hate that comparison, but yeah, these are basically 12-inch super detailed dolls in my opinion. I do have Pee Wee Herman up here, if you guys can see that, kind of like a dummy. I also do have I think it was like a Ben Affleck Batman Barbie that's on the same scale as this, 12 inches, and it kind of feels the same to me. I know that's blasphemy if any Hot Toys collectors are listening to me right now, but that's just my opinion, my initial reaction when getting this Mando out. Like I said earlier, I might be trying to mod this Hot Toys Mando right here. I saw a video where he's actually wearing like a fat suit underneath to give him some muscle definition, and if you remove that, painstakingly remove all that muscle padding underneath, you can actually unlock some better articulation from this Mando. So I think I do want to have him in a flight pose eventually, somewhere in the collection, and I might be tackling that modification soon. But yeah, there you guys have it, a quick unboxing and overview of my first two Hot Toys purchases. And real quick before we go, we are going to be going live this Friday, February 28th I think it is, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. NY Backyard Legend, my co-host, Disconnecting Legends, with a special guest, Red Pill Animations, one of the OG homies from the channel. So drop on by if you guys are not busy Friday nights. I would love to see you guys in the live stream comment sections. So without further ado guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
You have just witnessed another episode of Collect to Disconnect.